Hi, you're watching Bent TV and welcome to The Film Whisperers, a show where two movie nerds talk all things film through a contemporary lens. My name is Matt.
And my name is Saj.
So, Sarge, what's new? What's been happening?
Another day in lockdown, another week in lockdown, another month in lockdown, another year in lockdown. But what this means is we've got plenty of time to watch lots of films. Yeah.
Very, very true. Yes. Have you been watching lots? Like, I mean, I kind of squeeze some in the weekends and sometimes on the weeknights. But yeah, how have you been going?
Yeah, there's been a few interesting films on Netflix. I mean, they're not really the best, but they still work in terms of keeping my mind occupied with movies. But okay, so can I tell you something that I came across last week? Do you use IMDb at all?
I'm actually more of a Rotten Tomatoes kind of person, but I do look at IMDb sometimes. Yes, yeah, sometimes.
I'm an IMDb person as well as Rotten Tomatoes, but IMDb is one of those websites that I can I've been I've always used it. I guess from the time I was a teenager because it has been around for so long, and I believe it was one of those first movie websites that started that. It had all these facts about films. It had things about trivia, how many awards a film had won, the entire cast and crew. So, like to me, IMDb is one of those really. It was instrumental to my movie knowledge growing up. Anyway, so I came across this list, which was it's almost like a top 50 or top 50 movies rated by IMDb users,
Hmm.
and let's and just looking at the top 20 or the top 10. I was appalled at the lack of diversity that this list has. And I was actually wondering if we could talk about that today. So,
Hmm.
have you seen this list?
Yeah, I have seen the list. It's interesting because, like, yeah, like you said, it's like based on user reviews and user ratings and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of is very telling that, like, maybe it's just kind of the demographic that uses the website. I don't know what, but it's just, yeah. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's very samey, right? There's not much diversity or difference on the list.
No, which then it got me thinking because so Matt, I don't know if you watched the Emmy Awards last week. The Emmys So White started trending on Twitter because of a majority of the white winners that won for pretty
Mm,
much majority of the categories. And then I look at this list and I think, oh my god, have we really come that far? Or
mm,
who is actually voting on these films? Are they all the same demographic? So anyway, so I just thought let's have a look at this list again from a 2021 lens, and
mm.
let's have a look at what you reckon would be the best, the worst, and the WTF. So if I was to throw it to you, and let's go with you first. Out of the list that you saw, so let's just focus on the top 20 here. What would be your best?
I will say that for the best of this list, or what I consider to be one of the best, it was a hard find because, yeah, like you said, so many of them were like the Godfather and Goodfellas, and all the really obvious ones that focus almost exclusively on straight white men. So I kind of found it hard to find something different, but one that actually was more a recent movie, or I guess in the last decade or so, which was in the top 20, which I really liked, was Interstellar from Christopher Nolan. So I think a lot of the movies in IMDb's top 20 are like decades old, and it's one of the only kind of more recent ones. There are a few, but yeah, I actually really enjoyed Interstellar, and so I'm kind of glad to see it there because I thought it was just like a really great sci-fi movie. I mean, have you seen it?
I have. Look, I feel as if Christopher Nolan is one of those directors. Look, I don't understand him, and I feel as if a lot of his films, in my opinion, they are there so that a lot of straight white men can sort of show how intelligent they are. So it's one of those you don't get it, but I get it, which makes me more intelligent, and it gives people that leverage to want to flaunt their intelligence. So I'm not a fan of Christopher Nolan. I'm not a fan of anything that he does. Interstellar was just meh, whatever, cool, nice. Let's move on. But yeah, look, that's just my opinion. But so that's your pick for the best.
Yeah, I think it was like just beautifully shot. The cinematography is great, and I just thought like, I mean, to be honest, like it could be more than just Interstellar. Like over the last 10 years or more, there've been just like some really great, epic kind of sci-fi movies that have come out. Like there's the Ad Astras or Annihilation or Ex Machina or like all these really cool ones that have come out, and I feel like Interstellar sits in like the pantheon of that, which is like just really beautifully shot. The cinematography is great. It's a really interesting story about life outside, life or people inhabiting something outside of Earth. And it also had quite a lot of heart in it too, because it was showing like Matthew McConaughey, who's the plays the lead character, like his relationship with his daughter and stuff as well. So yeah, I just thought it was really really beautiful. So that would be my pick. But what about you? What would be your pick of the top 20 IMDb movies of all time?
I'm gonna go with Forrest Gump, and I haven't seen Forrest Gump recently. However, I remember watching it, back in the day, and probably as an adult as well, and I thought it was quite enjoyable. And I think there's some that it is definitely a film that has a bit of that had a bit of heart to it. Um, However, it's almost it's not a true story, obviously, but the whole narrative of this one guy managing to be part of the most instrumental events that happen in America is just quite cheesy, and I don't know, it's just a bit meh. But from that list, that would do.
Yeah, I remember liking Forrest Gump. I haven't watched it in ages, but like, yeah, it's one of those like kind of not timeless, but like, it kind of is. It's like a feel good kind of movie. Like you kind of follow this, sympathetic character as he goes through all these different things, and like, yeah, it's just one of those kind of movies, right? That kind of stands the test of time because everyone just really enjoys like that kind of heartfelt, whatever story. So yeah, I can see why that one. Yeah, and I would actually agree. Like of the top 20, like that would be in one of the good lists for me as opposed to most of the other ones. So that's definitely a good one. Have you revisited it recently at all?
No, I have not. Again, I guess Tom Hanks is one of those actors where it's really hard to say anything bad against him, because I feel as if there's all these people who just throw daggers at you. But I look again, I don't really think much of him, so I don't even know if I'd watch it. But the soundtrack's really good. It's got all the '60s music in it. I might just opt to just listen to the soundtrack. But Matt, like you, I just didn't have a choice with the top 20 of apparently the greatest movies of all time, as voted by IMDb fans. Yeah, this was the most I could find. Anyway, I think that's all the time that we have to talk about the best of the top 20 IMDb films. You're watching the Film Whisperers on Ben TV.